Do you mind? No. Hey there, YouTube. Welcome back. Sorry about the bait and switch last episode. I just thought it'd be a lot more fun to make you go through the same build up, excitement, and eventual disappointment that I went through. But don't worry, no bait and switch this week. We are actually buying blue tents. It's happening. I got 3 days for you. The first two kind of mirror last episode, building up all the money to be able to afford it, actually buying it. And then the third, where we actually check out what some of the blue tents are and what they're all about. So enjoy that. Let's go ahead and just. This is ridiculous. I'm so sorry about this. Hey. Good God. Let's start with day 61. There isn't actually that much to cover on day 61. The only permanent progress to update you on was changing the conference room to be standard instead of unusual. This room is pretty much always useful. It's free. It has 3 doors. There's really no reason not to make it more common. And then the courtyard and furnace, we decided to just leave as they are. And after drafting like 15 rooms, building up a bit of money, we're offered a really early freezer and decide that it's really unlikely we're making it to 400 gold in one day, so we take it. We're going to have a lot of ground to cover tomorrow because we're only freezing 96 gold this time as opposed to the nearly 200 gold we froze last time. But I'll go ahead and just send it back to the live recording now for days 62 and 63.
We're all over the place, but we're going to freeze there, and we're going to give it another shot. Now we're starting with nearly 200 gold because of our allowance. And one more day of Blessing of the High Roller. Okay. Okay, we have a shot. We have a shot, we're just still sad about how dumb we feel. Last day of Blessing the High Roller. I would really love to be offered the tomb again. The tomb again would be really cool. Can you be nice to me, game? Can you do it? You can't do it for me, can you? Root cellar. If we were gonna rely on, if we had like a detector shovel, but we don't. It's gotta just be tool shed. Magnifying glass. I don't really think we're gonna get any use out of that. Smasher is always nice. Smasher is just an excellent item. Smasher and shovel are just like so consistently good. So we're nearly halfway there, but we're still gonna need to make 200 something gold. You are almost 2 hours early to be begging for dinner, you know that? But can you say hi? Can you say hello to YouTube? Oh my god, you're so freaking cute. You ever just want to squeeze your pets? Just... Oh, I didn't do this. We're still doing this. Yeah, gems are gonna be tough. We had like unlimited gems that one day. Yeah, so bananas cost us 1 if we ever need steps. But gems are gonna be a bit of an issue today, unfortunately. 4 is 4. -8 is -4. Squared is 16. Huh. I don't think we've ever had a negative before. Secret garden is good. Unlikely steps are going to be our problem today, but still. Secret garden is it's a guaranteed triple room, you know? Sometimes has dig spots in it, so still pretty good. No coin purse this time. The stars aligned for us and we threw it away. Statements containing the word statements are always true. Statements. This one says statement singular. Both statements on the black box are false. The gems are in the box with a true statement. This is the second statement on this box. Okay, so that's true. So if we assume you're true, both statements... Oh. If we assume you... Whoa. This has finally come into play. We've been curious about the wording of this for a really long time, the way it says which displays only true statements. We've understood for a long time that at least one box just means one or two. But only true statements never made any sense because we never had more than one statement on a box. So there's always at least one box which displays only true statements, and at least one box which displays only false statements. Yikes. Okay. That's going to be a lot harder. So statements containing the word statements are always true. Let's assume you're true. That makes this true, meaning both of them are false. That is impossible because this is the second statement on this box. So no matter what, this is true. And this can't be true. So this is false. Both statements on... If this is false, that means this is false. Which means that both of these are true. The gems are in the box of the true statement, which means it's you. Ah, cool. Okay, feels like that's baby's first multi-statement box. And that's gonna get a lot harder, but that was tricky already. We'll go lab, and then we can remote access the... Wow, hello, battery pack. We can remote access the shelter to try and open all the doors. I'm just trying to set up ways to make money, basically, here. I think we're gonna go with this. Let's see what we get. Okay, whenever you draft a shop room is great. 10 steps for 20 gold. 10 steps for 20 gold. We're only at 57 steps. I mean, we can go buy out the kitchen. This can get us a ton of gold. I mean, realistically, we're drafting like 6 more shops. That's like 60 steps. Ah, that's tough, and that's 120 gold. 120 gold is good, but it doesn't get us to 400. Now, if we just draft all aquariums... If we just draft all aquariums, we're gonna have a ton of dye to use. Crap. Alright, let's go for this. Yikes. Yikes, that's so much gold. There's so many steps. That's so many steps to lose. Unlikely steps are gonna be our problem today, but still. We'll see if we can do it. We'll see if we can do it. We're gonna need to go back to that kitchen. Go back to that kitchen and buy it out. And even then, we're gonna be tight. So bananas cost 1. We buy out all the bananas, and we have the salt shaker, so they're worth 4 each. This costs us like 5 gold for like 20 steps. And 1 key left, but hopefully only 1 more trigger required to set off our emergency protocol. We could laundry room here, and then we don't even go in. We've never seen an item spawn in there. We have no need for the room itself. Wait, is that a sleep mask? Just as I'm saying, I've never seen an item spawn in there. That's crazy. That is crazy timing. Okay, sleeping mask in the laundry room. Never seen an item spawn in here, and boop, a sleeping mask, an item we honestly need. I would like to be safe and draft 1 more shop before we go back. But 1 more shop puts us at 6 steps. And walking in here puts us at 5, plus 7 is 12. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, but we get 5 more, so we get a 12. And then we buy from the kitchen. And then we have to make it here to activate. Oh god. I mean, we have to go for it, but we're in tough shape stepwise. We didn't get a shop. We got an office. But we don't have a conference room. I'm gonna reroll. I want a conference room. I really need a conference room. I want one more trigger on my experiment to be certain we're gonna hit emergency protocol. Problem is, with emergency protocol triggered, can we no longer use our secret garden key? We can't, and we really need to use that. So maybe we can hope for a secret garden off the den. Okay, please be locked, please be locked, please be locked. Nice. Okay, that's huge. That's huge, especially because we have a salt shaker for all of this, all that fruit. Okay, now we are on the lookout for fruit. It could possibly be even worth running through these rooms looking for fruit, but we'll do that on the way back if we need to. Now we are just desperately gonna hope that we've triggered emergency protocol, because if we haven't, then there's no way we're going back again. Right, club sandwich for 3 and tomato soup. Oh, that's gonna give us 10 steps. Okay, that's good. We have 2 red rooms. Glad I drafted that chapel, actually. I totally forgot the soup was in there. Okay. Don't fail me now. Wow. Okay, we're in good shape on steps all of a sudden. Yes. Okay, good. Good. Emergency protocol. Okay, everything's unlocked. All doors unlocked. Die is money. Die is money. It's gonna cost us another gold to come back through here, unfortunately. But die is money. Die is money, and die is drafting power. The power to get out of sticky situations. Cling. I think it's better to take the classroom and look for treasure trove, or because treasure trove would nearly get us there. Treasure trove or office. They're more important to get those rooms than it is the conference room. No need for locker room. No need for walk-in. Corridor. Oh, casino is what we were missing. There was one more shop. I'm gonna trust casino will show up. Maybe that's dumb. Passageway is also excellent. Wow, boudoir's 2 more die. Boudoir's actually really good because it's 5 more steps from our sleeping mask too. I think the die is better than our 2 more redraws. The thing is, like I said, if we find the treasure trove, I mean, we're done. We've done it. Okay, there's office. That's huge. We don't spread money until we've finished drafting. The gems are a big deal. Casino. Okay, casino showed up. So we take the casino, we're gonna get some money out of it. And then with our die, we're gonna look for treasure trove, I think. Oh, I forgot that was gonna cost us more steps. Right. Okay, what are we at? We're at 358 plus 25. We're at 383. 383. We need 17 gold. Office can probably get us 17 gold, but we have to find all that gold. We only have 29 steps. I mean, that's assuming we use all 5 of our rerolls. So we can't draft a dead end here unless we've used all 5 of our die. Solarium could help us find treasure trove. Leaves us with 1 gem, but I don't think we need 2 for anything anymore. Okay, now we have to use our die here. We have to use all 5 die or find a treasure trove. We can stop if we find a treasure trove. Otherwise, we need to use all 5 of our die. I'm gonna do it. Maid's Chambers. On the off chance that we can run payroll again. And that would be a nice servant's quarters to take, but we need treasure trove. Holy crap, we got it. Okay. We did it. Never punished. Never punished. And by never punished, I mean we had to work much harder than we should have because we screwed up and got punished. Alright. We got another one of these. Green memo, and it says you will need a key to obtain the true treasure of the trove. Which I believe is true, but I think it's purposely being a little bit coy there. You'll need a special key, not just a regular key. What do you got for me? We have 66 to spend. We have to buy the moon pendant and the chronograph. Moon pendant, chronograph. And we hope the moon pendant keeps the chronograph for tomorrow. That would be ideal. Room and gift shop. Okay. We did it. Blue tents purchased. Oh my god. I can't believe I fucked that up before and had to do another stressful, thoroughly planned run to get it done. But we got it. Blue tents have officially been purchased. Very excited about that. Anywhere we need to end our day? No. Very, very excited. Calling it a day. And now we're gonna have to start a whole new section in our goals list. We're gonna have to make a list of all blue rooms and try and draft all those blue rooms on rank. I forget if it was rank 8 or 9. I think it was 9, but it makes more sense as far as the theming of the game goes for it to have been 8. We'll see. Garden Shopping Center of Unfathomable Riches. 4 green rooms, 8 shop rooms, the vault, the treasure trove, and the trophy room. That's hilarious. That might be the most complex house title I've ever seen. It's 8th rank? Okay, that makes more sense for game theming. But I had just assumed it was the top rank, but 8th rank. Cool. That was awesome. I think we'll do another run and just see what these blue tents hold. See what these memos even are about. Like, I don't know if they're going to be a part of some new grand puzzle or if each one is like a hint about that room itself or something, or just hints to other things throughout the house that we haven't figured out yet. I don't know. I'm curious. I'm excited to see. Let's run it. In goals, I will start. I get to check off this. Check it off. We've purchased blue tents. It's happened. So I'll check that off. Throw that down in the done section, and then we're gonna start a new one of title it blue tents, and I guess we're just gonna have to put every room here that we've done. I don't know how we're gonna organize that yet. We won't start putting anything down there yet until we've started actually working this out. Oh wow, blue tents shows up as a permanent addition. And added to the campsite. You know what? I am gonna just run out to the campsite and see if it actually did something there. Because it says it's a permanent addition and it's added it to the campsite, so I will run out there. I imagine it's gonna have taken our orange tent that we had before and made it blue, and maybe put a second blue tent there? But why, and whose tent would that be? Okay, it replaced our orange tent with 2 blue tents. Very cool. I love that. Do they Do they do anything for us other than looking rad? Yeah. Oh, this is the same message as before, right? Okay. And nothing in there. There's a Dare plushie in there. That's cool. Or a Swimbird plushie. Okay. It didn't do anything. That's too bad. I mean, I don't know if I was really expecting it to do anything other than put 2 blue tents out here. I like it. Cool. Right. Now it's time to figure out what the heck these blue tents are all about. I am hoping that the memos are hints to things throughout the house that you could have figured out some other way but haven't. Maybe because there are definitely things that I don't know about yet. There are some things where I'm kind of waiting on another hint for. I'm hoping it's that and not the beginning of some new grand puzzle, but knowing this game, it probably is. We can take a new shrine. Let's look at our shrine list. Dancer we've never taken. That's the one that lets you spend a gem to rotate. High Roller is excellent, but we don't have much of a need for it anymore. Gardener adds a bunch of courtyards, which you don't really need. Chef adds more meals to the dining room, which we should try for science. Maybe those meals are special, you know, like like how bacon and eggs is special. Red General, honestly, I don't ever really want to take that again. Tinkerer triggers your experiment when you draft a mechanical room. You know what? We're taking Monk, and we're making it to the antechamber today, and we are ending our day there. I want to see what putting the antechamber in the outer room does. That's what we're doing. So we can get Monk for 13 gold for 3 days, but for 4 days it would cost 29, and then it just keeps going up. So I think I'll just take it for 3 days for 13. Just go 3 days of Blessing of the Monk, I think. Joe with the eyes. Is that you expressing excitement at the idea of me outer rooming the antechamber? Love this plan for today. Yeah. I have a feeling this is like some kind of big revelation. It requires this puzzle. Yeah, this puzzle requires making a burning glass and bringing it to the tomb and finding her ladyship's diary. Then it requires a different day getting that diary and her ladyship's chambers and bringing it there. And then it requires getting Blessing of the Monk on a day where you make it to the antechamber and ending the day in there. And then the next day, you know, like there's a lot of steps to get this done. So I'm hoping there's something very cool that comes of this. Very, very cool. Are you kidding me? We're offered the freezer right here now. That's preposterous. I will grab a utility closet nice and early. Okay. Only one box next to this box is false, and it contains gems. Okay. Only one box next to this box is false and it contains gems. Identical wording. Whoa! All 3 of them have the same. Only one box next to this box is false and it contains gems. And you contain the gems. Yeah, no matter what, it has to be the middle one. I know I didn't explain that very well, but my brain is mushifying. We're 3 hours into trying very hard. I keep just instinctually trying the secret garden key. Cloister Arena, very cool. That we never did do a tunnel leading into the antechamber. I doubt it has any effect. Oh, let's rotate our Cloister Arena. Oh, it doesn't rotate. Damn. Cloister Arena. What green rooms can we even draft off this? We've already gotten our courtyard. We still have no shovel. Wow, this is in my head. Yeah, you know, I've noticed this before in this room, but this key card doesn't usually have that. Doesn't usually have that thing. Okay, south is weight room or greenhouse. Weight room or greenhouse to get in there. So we're already connected, so either of those would get us in. Library may end up being wasted here because it's possibly just going to be locked. And we're going to use our... Nope. Wow. Yikes. Okay. Well... Treasure Trove is facing the wrong way. Treasure Trove is blocking us from the antechamber. Can't take closed exhibit because we haven't found security yet. Patio takes us the right way. But if we go Treasure Trove, we're likely to find a greenhouse somewhere down here. Or a secret garden, and we can make our way in over there. I don't think we need access to the east. So let's go Treasure Trove, and plus we just always want to take Treasure Trove. More money every time we take it. Though we no longer have any, as far as I know, we no longer have any giant purchases to make. As far as I am aware, Blue Tents is the last big purchase. Now, do we think these are going to eventually give us hints as to where to find the key? I don't know. Blue boxes marked by heat waves contain false statements. And that is a blue memo. It's a blue memo in a blue chest. With what symbol? With a moon. Okay, we are getting close to needing to actually evaluate all of these statements we've got. So far, all these statements really have told us is that we have to monk the treasure trove to actually find the real treasure. But they've not given us any information about the key yet. And there's our secret garden. Okay, so we need to get in through the west. Ideally, we will still just find a greenhouse here. That'd be even easier. Oh, but we need a broken lever. I always forget we need a broken lever for that. Yeah, okay, so that may not end up being easier, actually. But we will pull both levers here. Because we want to pull the east one, because even if we get into the antechamber, we can draft off this corner up here. I've said it multiple times in other videos, but this game just needs a fast animations mode or setting. Like, the animations are great for the beginning of the game. I enjoy them very much. But at a certain point, you just want to skip every animation in the game, basically. And I'm at that point. Yikes, we're out of keys, which is pretty tough. Thankfully, we're headed south, so keys will become less necessary, and we found one right there. That's very nice. Alright, now give me a greenhouse right here. I'd be very happy about that. No greenhouse. Okay, we're not getting the greenhouse today, so we are going to have to get in through here. And we'll have to save our one die to make that happen. Happily take a mailroom. I don't think we have letters. Holy crap, we do! Whoa! When did we trigger all these letters? Okay. We've got letters all the way to the wall. We don't have a magnifying glass to check out the stamps, unfortunately. Let's see, which one's the last one I read? Okay. Dear Simon, as I've been running out of ideas of my own, yesterday I asked Kirk Darren if he had any additional security advice I could pass on, and to my surprise, he gave me an envelope and directed me to include it in my next correspondence to you. I did not ask him what it contained, so I'll be very curious to hear from you after this is all over and find out whether or not it was of any use. Unused memos. Whoa. Okay. Well, you're red. The numbers 6, 7, and 9 do not appear in any of the fixed combinations of safes on the state. Okay. That's not... It doesn't matter. We've already solved all the safes. Another red safe code. Another red safe code, but handwritten. D8. That's for the study. There's a safe on rank 10. There's a safe on rank 10. There's a safe in room 46. I bet solving the 8 realms in 8 months, I think it's called, puzzle, the map, I bet that reveals the safe. Okay, I don't think any of this was useful because we've already solved all the safes. And it doesn't have a stamp for us. What about you? Simon, I can't think of any reason you'd need to access the server administrator controls before I return, but your father has mentioned your interest in computers, so I have a feeling you may be a bit more hands-on than your great-uncle. You'll find the admin terminal in Blackbridge Grotto, a small cavern sealed, much like the story. Ah, small cavern sealed off of the East Drive. I believe I've previously explained how to restore power to the grotto in one of my earlier letters. However, keep in mind that accessing the terminal requires an admin key. Unfortunately, I won't be able to set one up for you until I return, but your admin key will eventually be Jones. Yeah, Simon Jones. And it's my last name, Jones. First 4 letters of your family name. Or if you prefer, we could use a pseudonym. I'm sure we'll discuss it in greater detail when I return. Okay, so this is just another hint as to how to solve the Blackbridge Grotto, I think. Pretty sure that's all that is. Simon, if you do end up accessing the admin controls in Blackbridge Grotto, I'm sure you noticed the sealed circular door to the left of the terminal. As you likely have already concluded for yourself, this door can only be opened if 3 different microchips are inserted in the central pedestal. Normally, all 3 microchips are kept secured in 3 other locations, but I decided to make it easy for you, and have left one of the microchips in the grotto. However, you will have to find a new clue or 2 to find the others. Ah, okay, this. So, when I was on that page in a new clue, I was like, I cannot imagine seeing that page for the first time and putting together that I need a sledgehammer in the entrance hall and that I need to smash that vase. In hindsight, you look at the page and it makes a lot of sense, but I don't know that I would have put it together. This saying you'll have to find a new clue and then the drawing in the same style of the sledgehammer, this I think would have put it together for me. Very cool. Ooh, that might be a new stamp. No, that's Costa Rica, I believe. Oh, is that why I thought it was spiritual? Because it looks like some kind of shrine? That might be why I thought that. Wish I had a magnifying glass. Simon, I'm honestly very impressed with the number of experiments you've been successful in executing. I certainly wasn't expecting to write this many letters when I started our correspondence. Frankly, I'm not quite sure what other advice I can offer in the blind without knowing directly what the challenges are you currently face on the estate. For all I know, you've long since reached room 46 and are just continuing your unaccompanied exploration. Stag, happy and free of the maids and staff crowding the halls and getting in your way. I can't say I blame you, and I'm sure the other members of the household are quite enjoying their extended vacation. Speaking strictly for myself, however, I cannot wait to get back and begin working with you directly. Helping you through these letters has only whetted my imagination, and to be candid, our collaboration in this correspondence has reminded me so much of working with Mary. I know she's proud of you. Until the day I return, Randolph. Wow. Cool. Though, unfortunately, I don't believe we got anything out of any of them. I don't think we got anything from that, unfortunately. But, we'll have to bring a magnifying glass here at some point and double check on those stamps. Okay, what are we looking for? It doesn't really matter right now because all we need is to get into the antechamber. I am going to take... I was going to take the kennel because we only have one key. But... Can the kennel spawn a shovel? I don't know. Let me check my list of places that we know a shovel can spawn. All we have written down is courtyard, conservatory, and morning room. That's all we have written, at least. I mean, let's take the kennel. No shovel. Okay. Well, we have the kennel effect if we need it. Oh, this door remains locked even though we've come from the other side? That's annoying. Thought we were going to be able to sneak our way through there. This is going to trigger our lunchbox. Hallway closet. Hope for a key. Gotta be. Wow, we got a shovel. Haha. Cool. We got a shovel and a compass. Maybe we'll, I think we know enough to solve Kororika. Oh no! Oh, this is keycarded. I'd completely forgotten. How did I just do that? Oh, digging. Wow, our kennel. Okay, I'd love to pretend that was on purpose, but we got completely lucky there. Kennel just saved us. I mean, that's why we took kennel, but... I mean, we took kennel because we thought it might end up being useful, not because we remembered there was a keycarded door here. That's hilarious. Alright, doesn't really matter what we take. Alright, we reroll until we get a east-facing door here. Or preferably a triple door, so we can draft out the other side as well. I will reroll once looking for a triple. Found security. 1 gold to your allowance. When you spend 2 or more gems, I guess, we'll just look for expensive rooms. Try and trigger that a couple times. Without a big purchase like blue tents, I don't know what we're gonna do with all this money now. We're just gonna buy out everything. Like, showroom is going to become a frequently used room for us. Closed exhibit. I think can we reroll for 2-gemmed room here? Hey, a showroom. Look at that. Ask and you shall receive. That's crazy. That happens so much in this game. We absolutely buy Moon Pendant. And then with it, do we buy... I think we buy all of these and hope that the Moon Pendant keeps one of these really good items. Yeah. Just buying out the showroom casually. That's ridiculous. That used to be like a huge task, and now we just did it on accident. We just had enough to buy it out. I will reroll, and then we can always chronograph back to our conservatory. I think I'll take the allowance over the conservatory. Oh, but, that coat check, actually. Wow, a keycard, really? Coat check actually would have been really nice. Because we have really good items to keep. Damn, should have thought of that. Well, there's a coat check. Okay, we'll keep our... Well, let's redraw once, and we can come back. Yeah, none of that's any good. Let's coat check our... I like the idea of coat checking the chronograph. Chronograph is really cool. Check our chronograph. Alright. Now, we go end our day in the antechamber. And it gets monked, and tomorrow we get to see what the heck that does. You know what? We have 88 steps and 5 keys. We can actually draft a couple more 2-gemmed rooms. Yeah, we can... I forgot about the Great Hall. We can still go draft off that. Nothing too interesting today other than drafting another treasure trove and accidentally buying out the share room for allowance gain through our experiment. But really what we're doing here is Blessing of the Monk on the antechamber. Wait, hold up. Blue tents. Security and music. Oh, coat check and reading nook and break room should all have a blue memo. I totally forgot to look. Let me read this. Each blue room you draft in the 8th rank will contain a hidden blue memo. Hidden blue memo. So do I have to like actually find it? It's not just... What? This is a... Coat check is a blue room on the 8th rank. Ah. Aha. Coat check is drawn slightly more often the day after checking a new item. Yeah, I kind of knew that. Okay. What's the best way to do this? Should I keep track of the rooms I've been to? Yeah, you know what? We're gonna start a new tab, actually. Coat check is drawn slightly more often the day after checking a new item. So we kind of knew that. I feel like coat check functions the same way as like mailroom, where you were more likely to draw mailroom the day after drafting it. But that was all anecdotal. It's nice to have proof. So this kind of implies that the memos are going to give us information about the room they're in. That's really cool. I like that a lot. Hopefully it's more interesting information than what we just got out of that one. Like, kinda already knew that. That wasn't that crazy. But I imagine some of the rooms are gonna have, like, real sneaky... What the? How have I never seen this before? I've never walked back here and looked at this. Okay. Hanging out here once again really reminds me of the good old days at The Mice Will Play. Okay, that's going in miscellaneous because I don't have a single clue what that means. Okay, that's a surprise. I wonder if I'm gonna find all kinds of stuff like that while looking for the hidden blue memos. Very well. The bullseye operation can trigger multiple times. Yeah. Duh. Multiple times. Yeah. Makes sense. That's, it's not that crazy a hint. I feel like I already knew that. I imagine that's probably going to end up being the case with a lot of these. But that's okay. That's kind of to be expected. Hello, little memo. The rook can perform a special move with another piece. Another piece. Okay. So, it's referring to castling, which in chess is where you swap the rook and the king. Not swap, you move the king 2 and the rook 1. And the rook to the other side of the king. But in-game, how would you do that? The rook can perform a special move with another piece. So in-game, that would involve having the rook can perform a special move with another piece. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Okay, maybe not. I was thinking that you need the rook chess power in the throne room or something. Because it says the rook... What does it say? The rook can perform a special move with another piece. Okay. You know what? I'm separating these into useful and non-useful. Duh. Um, okay, so the rook can perform a special move with another piece. So I'm gonna take that into goals. I can remove blue tents here because that is now just its own tab. And for this, I'm gonna say rook chess power to throne room. What else could it be? Rook chess power to office. We've definitely had Banner of the King when we went to rooms with rooks in them. And it says the rook can perform a special move. So it's gotta be chess powered office in corner of house, maybe? I don't know. That's what's coming to mind right now, but I'm gonna have to put some more thought into that. Unfortunately, that's all our blue rooms on rank 8. Okay, these are really cool. I need to start actively trying to put new blue rooms on rank 8 for sure. These are cool. I like what they're shaping up to be. So we're gonna call it here, which is going to put an antechamber in the outer room tomorrow, and we get to figure out what the heck that does. And I'm gonna do that as soon as I get back from feeding moose and taking a bio break. But I'll be right back.